Hello guys. Welcome back to my channel, and this is Priscilla Adeosun, and you're watching Pressure Cups. So thank you so much for my returning subscribers. Thank you for coming back, and for my new viewers, thank you so much for tuning in into my channel. I'd like for you to do something in just a second. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button, the red one there, and then please also click on the notification button so you can get notified when I post new videos. You'll be the first to know. Okay, so we have been discussing a topic called split ends. Yes. So long as you have hair on your head, at some point you'd have to deal with split ends. All right. No matter your hair type, no matter where you're from, or whatever you do, you'll have to deal with it. But the difference between one person and another person experiencing split end is the extent to which the damage has gotten into your hair. So in my last video, we discussed about split ends, and we talked about how to manage and control split ends. That's for those who already have split ends. So like always, I will be using my book. Yeah. So please get ready to learn something. Yes, if this is something you like to listen to, please, I'd like for you to listen to the end. All right. So we'll be discussing today about split ends when it comes to the causes, and then the do's and the don'ts. That's the things you do that can help you prevent split ends, or rather manage split ends, and the things you shouldn't do that causes split ends. Okay, so let's go straight into the video. Let's talk about the causes of split ends. What can cause split ends? When we say split end, we're talking about a single strand of your hair dividing into two or more parts. All right. So if you do not understand what I am saying, it is best for you to please watch this video. That's my previous video, so you would follow closely on this topic. So causes of split ends. Number one, the estrogen level. Estrogen is a hormone in humans that helps you produce natural oil called sebum that moisturizes your hair. So God is so wise enough to have put that in your hair. So it's natural, okay? So when that level of estrogen drops, when your hair does not have the right or appropriate amount or supply of blood that brings sebum to your what? Scalp, to your hair follicles, your hair will begin to dry. And when your hair gets dry, your hair will break. And when your hair breaks, your hair gets to split. You get to split. So estrogen is one, and this happens mostly in women who are experiencing menopause. Okay, so don't be afraid, but be afraid. No, don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid, right? Except you are in your menopause stage. Okay, so for the next one, we're talking about harsh weather, extreme weather conditions. We would at some point experience that in every part of the world. You cannot have one type of weather condition. Of course, you should know that. So when you get to that point, or when it gets to that time of the year or of a season where you experience extreme harsh weather conditions, please do as much as possible to what? Protect your hair. Okay, so we'll get into those details, but I'm just listing the causes. Then the third one is heat tools. Heat tools like stretchers, flatners, hand dryers, coil ones, and a lot of them. They can also lead to serious hair damage that can bring you to experiencing split ends. The issue of not protective styling can cause you to experience split ends. When you are not styling your hair in a way that protects your hair, you experience split ends. Another thing that will cause you to experience split ends is the use of little moisture in your hair. Our hair porosity level matters and it varies. So for me, I may not need as much moisture as another person would need. All right, so you cannot copy someone else. You have to give your hair the right amount of moisture that it demands. Okay, and also we were talking about the use of satin and silks when it comes to your bonnets, your pillowcases, your scarves. Please, when you don't use this, you would experience split ends. You see this particular point, this one of not using bonnet, not using scarf, not using satin pillowcases. I hear most times my clients complain that they cannot sleep having something on their hair and all like that. So if you cannot use a bonnet or a scarf, please use a satin pillowcase. As much as this looks simple, it can do a lot of damages for you when you do not keep to it. And when you keep to it, it can also change your hair game. It changed mine. It changed mine. Like, see my hair progress. Just see. That was before I had to get, you know, the experience of removing the. Let's not go back to that. It was painful. So please keep to it, okay? Then wearing your hair down so much can expose your ends to bad weather conditions, and then also your clothes. You see, just look at mine, just the way this hair is brushing against the clothes. Imagine if it's my hair. It's very wrong to do this, especially when you do it frequently. Maybe you may have to do it once in a while when you have an occasion that requires you to look in a certain way. But please, 95% of the time, please do not wear your hair down. Okay? Don't wear your hair down. When your hair is rubbing against your clothes, it's going to cause friction, and friction causes your corticals to rise up. And when they rise up like the day, please, it's gonna split. And when it splits, it's gonna break. And when it breaks, you're not going to have length retention. So please wear your hair up and keep your hair safe. Okay, so that's for the causes of split ends. So let's get into the do's and the don'ts. Sorry, sorry, guys. Okay, the do's and the don'ts. Please, I would like for you to listen very carefully, and I want to start with the don'ts. Okay, please. I have mentioned the causes, so if these are the causes that I mentioned, it means you should avoid what the causes. Now, number one, avoid using heat tools. I explained, or rather, I stated that heat tools are those tools that you use to make your hair beautiful. No, I never stated that. So I'm stating it now. I just gave the types. So the types are the hand dryers, the coil one, the flatners, the stretchers, and what have you. If by any chance you have to use them, please make sure you use heat protectants. So there are a number of them on the store, or rather in the store, so please get them before you go ahead to stretch your hair or to silk press your hair. Okay, I don't know why I'm all hyped up. Okay, maybe something good is coming my way, right? And I receive it. Amen. Hallelujah. So as I was saying, avoid heat tools. Avoid extreme weather conditions. Don't expose your hair to extreme weather conditions, please. Just like in this season, the Hamatan season in this part of the country, and the winter, yes, they call it winter in the overseas, that's outside Nigeria, outside which other place experience harmattan again? Just make sure that you protect your hair from extreme weather conditions, extreme heat, extreme cold, extreme sun, extreme rain, extreme. They're all bad for your hair. So whenever you find that season to be close, please start putting measures in place for you to change your lifestyle when it comes to taking care of your hair. Okay, so the third one is, do not go to bed without your protection protection kit or protection weapon or whatever it is. Your satin scarf, your satin bonnet, your satin pillow, or your silk scarf, your silk bonnet, your silk pillow. Let me explain that to you, how that works. You know, when you talk about cotton and probably other type of fabrics, you would find out that when you feel it, the texture is rough, it's not smooth. And your hair also has cuticles. It has cuticles that needs to be protected. And when the cuticles are protected, your hair is protected overall. So please, when your hair comes in contact with these harsh fabrics, harsh materials, it brings your hair to a place of experiencing split ends. Please use your satin bonnet, your satin scarves, your satin pillowcases. They are very cheap. If you cannot buy it, maybe it's too costly, go to the market, get the fabric and make it yourself. There are a number of videos on YouTube that teaches you how to make bonnets and even pillowcases. So please, if you can sew, you can do this yourself. If you love your hair and you want to retain length and keep away from this split end thing. Okay, so number four, don't trim your hair yourself if you are sure you cannot do it. Please, the DIYers, you don't have to do everything by yourself. Please go to the salon and get your hair trimmed by a professional stylist. I am a professional stylist, so come to my salon and get your hair trimmed. Okay. That being said, the next one is this. So if you by any means choose to trim your hair by yourself, so make sure you use the right scissors or shears. We call it shears. So use the right scissors. So you can just take a look at this picture. It shows a good example of shears. Okay, don't use normal scissors. Other one you're using to cut paper, cut attachment, cut wool, cut stick, cut mat, cut bags, cut whatever, cut. Please don't cut your hair with that one. Use the right shears, and that shears should be used only for your hair trim. And be careful, unless you want your own meat to be chopped too, because it's very, very sharp. So please be careful. Okay, forgive my manners. I don't know. I don't just know, but I think my spirit and my soul and body is overhyped. Yes. Then let's go into the do's. So I've talked about the don'ts. There are still other ones, but these ones they are very, very important. Please. This yes, I said do's. So for the do's, number one, we have deep conditioning. Please try to deep condition your hair as 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 much as possible. No, not possible. If I say that, you say my schedule is tight, I did this, I did that, so I had no time to do my hair. No, not as much as possible, as much as required. So you have to make time for it. When something is important to you, I believe you should be able to create time for it. Okay, so please deep condition your hair regularly, regularly, at least once a week. If you are a busy type, please just start with once a week first. Maybe if you are a beginner, start with once a week. But if you have been doing this and you're experiencing this issue, maybe you make it once in 2 weeks. Once in 2 weeks, please get a good deep conditioner. I'll get to the point where I would recommend some products for you, or rather tell you ingredients you need to look out for in such kind of product. So when I talk about deep conditioning, I'm not just talking about just the regular conditioner you use. There is something we call the hair max. Please use hair max. please use hair mask. It has this protective layer which is on the high side. Now, let's say you have experienced split ends and you want to avoid it, especially for this category of people, you need hair masks once a month, once in 6 weeks, at most once in 2 weeks. Please use hair masks. Using deep conditioner too is important every other time, but you need to also use hair masks. Now, this is the difference. Hair masks, like I said, has this um ability to protect your hair, like more than just a regular deep conditioner. I hope this makes sense to you. Okay, so example, we have the protein hair mask. Now, the protein hair mask can be a hydrolyzed protein that contains stuffs like eggs and soy protein. So these types of hydrolyzed protein has the ability to what? To coat your hair. That's what happens. The ingredient binds your hair and protects your hair by covering it. It's just like having a shield over you. For thou, Lord, are a shield for me, my glory, the lifter up of my head. Yes, so protect your hair, get your hair a good shield. Then another very very good hair mask is henna. Either henna on its own or henna with indigo. Okay, so there are a number of videos that talk about henna and indigo. For me, when the time comes for me to do that, because I'll be doing that after I take down this style, I promise, I'm going to do a video on that so you can see how to get that done. But if you are in a haste or you need to do it right away, so please check out videos. Just type henna and indigo treatment or dye. Dye. People use it as treatment, people use it as dye. Whatever the case is, you are going to get a video that would help you understand how to use it. Then you can also opt for just using henna. So I have used henna before. I have not used indigo. I have no experience of indigo. I've used henna severally. I'm still using henna. And what henna can do for you is, it has this lozenge dye in it. So that dye binds to your hair and coats your hair. Now you will notice within 4 to 7 days, your hair gets thicker. Trust me, I observed it because I had 4 days, so I was watching, and by that fourth day, I saw changes in my hair, guys. Like, I was so surprised, and I also experienced fast growth and fuller edges, full hair overall. So please make use of henna. Make use of henna and indigo. You can make use of henna as just henna mixture with warm water or aloe vera juice, or henna as gloss. You can put it in your normal conditioner. It still helps. So you can also use keratin. Like I said in my previous video, your hair is made up of keratin that binds the hair. So when keratin is missing at certain spots, it exposes your hair. Your hair becomes something like this. There's space because what is supposed to be there is missing. So when you use treatments like this, which is the Afogi step 2 treatment, it replaces the lost keratin, so, and strengthens your hair and prevents it from breaking and from splitting. Okay, then please practice maximum hydration method. For me, the way my hair is, it's sometimes it's even confusing, but I know that my hair likes moisture, and it is not low porosity, it is not high porosity, it's normal porosity. And I noticed that on this space, we don't get YouTubers to talk enough on normal hair porosity. So most of the things that I do or that I know are from experiences and just research. When you compare this and compare that, you'll be like, oh, if low porosity is like this, high porosity is like this, then normal should be like this. So normal porosity people exist, and I am one. Okay, so practice maximum hydration method. Now, what's maximum hydration method? it's it's a routine you follow that is different from your normal routine on your wash day. So your wash day would normally consist of you pre-poo, you detangle, or rather you detangle, you pre-poo, and then you wash, you rinse, you deep condition, you rinse, you moisturize and style. Now this is different. Okay, so let me just list it out for you. When you have detangled and you've prepared, you wash. Then after you have washed, you are going to rinse now using what? The ACV. Hmm? The ACV. Now, what the ACV does for you is to help you what? Smoothing your hair and reduce frizz. Okay, so if you're experiencing too much tangles, you're experiencing frizziness, that is because you are about to experience split ends. When your hair is beginning to get rough, small thing is rough, small thing your hair gets old, please use ACV. ACV is apple cider vinegar, and get to use the one that contains a mother because it is more effective. It contains those enzymes and bacteria that helps your hair better than just the regular vinegar or just any other ACV. Okay, so when you have used the ACV to rinse your hair, then you go further to clarify your scalp and your hair using what? The Indian healing clay, which is the rhassoul clay. The rhassoul clay. Okay, so I know this video is a bit bulky, but we are going to be breaking it. And like I said, I do not have videos on some of these things yet. So you can go and check on them. Please check on how to use the Indian healing clay, which is the rhassoul clay, to clarify your scalp. You need to do these things I'm listing are things you need to do at least once a month, once in 6 weeks, at most once in 2 months. It's very important to clarify your scalp because your hair has gathered a lot of products over time. So you need to reduce or remove that buildup. And this is what this process helps you do. So because when you remove those buildups that have binded your hair, now your hair is given the opportunity to what? Take in more moisture. Do you understand? Do you understand? Say yes. Good. So when your hair takes in those moisture, now it is now giving the good life. And the good life for your hair is that it does not stand up. It doesn't, when I mean stand up, your cuticles are not up like this, they're not flying away, it's not frizzy, it's relaxed. Imagine when you are being taken out for a treat to a spa, and then your body gets massaged, your face, you do all those things, and the soft music is playing on the background, and then after that, you now take good wine and eat good food. That's just how it is for your hair. Please see your hair as someone. Treat your hair as a part of you that has feelings. Okay, and when you do this, you would find your hair giving you back a great smile always. So this is what this method does. So when you have used the clay, you get to what? Deep condition. Some people go ahead to just rinse and moisturize, but please deep condition. Now when you deep condition, you are putting deeply moisture and putting your hair in a condition, just like it says, deep condition, that makes your hair to thrive. Okay, then after you have deep condition, you rinse, then you moisturize and style. That's put in a protective style. Do not do go and now apply gel again. You just finish treating your hair nice, then you apply gel, then you are down doing ponytail. Please stop it. It's not wise. It's not wise. It's not wise. Stop it. Okay. Then the next part is to protect your hair from harsh weather conditions. If the cause of split end, or one of the cause of split ends, is harsh weather conditions, the do's says that one of the do's says that you should protect your hair from harsh weather conditions. Don't go out without your scarves. Don't go out without your cap. Don't go out without a hoodie. Some hoods carry bonnets and silks in it, like a sweater with a hoodie. It has silk inside. Some caps also has that, but if it doesn't, please get a good alternative for yourself. Then you can also use wigs, and when you're using wigs, there's a proper way to use wig. Please type that out on YouTube search, and then you see videos on that. Then number four, always go to bed in your satin and silk bonnet. Please, I said I was going to explain this. Please, please. I know some people say it's hard, you forget. Okay, see what you do. Get a satin or silk pillowcase. Put it. So in case you forget to use your bonnet or your scarf, you're still safe. Now, you will tell me, okay, you sleep and your bonnet travels and leaves you. It works. Your bonnet works or your scarf works. This is another solution for you, because I don't know how you sleep and your bonnet will leave you and go. I don't understand. I see those memes and videos on that. I don't understand how your video will crawl out of your hair and crawl out of your bed. So please use a satin pillowcase if you have that issue. Then I can also give you another option. In case you do not have a satin pillowcase, now get a satin or silk scarf and tie it to your pillow. Cover your pillow with it. Tie it very well because it will remove. If your bonnet can remove, it's this scarf that will not remove. So tie it. Tie it. Hey, I would have shown you, but just tie it. Okay. So when you tie that to your pillow, you now use your scarf, then you use your bonnet. So you have triple protective layer for yourself. So if your bonnet remove, your scarf is still there, and don't tie your scarf too tight. If your scarf remove, the other scarf is still there. So either way, you must protect your hair. You must protect your hair. That's the goal. Okay. Then no 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 no. The next one is to use conditioners on normal wash days. For example, you wash your hair 3 to 4 times a week. Use normal conditioners. That's, there's shampoo, there's conditioner, there's leave-in conditioner, there's deep conditioner. Use the conditioner, that's the normal conditioner we used to know before all this natural hair community thing came up. Use that conditioner to wash your hair the 2 times of the 3 times you wash your hair, and then the one time use a shampoo. Do you know why? Because a shampoo, or rather most shampoos, contain products that strips the hair of moisture. It makes your hair dry, so it's not good to use it frequently. So you have to use it once. So such kind of ingredient is the SLS, the SLAS, am I right? The SLES. When you just see sulfate, salt, how do they even call it? Sodium laureth sulfate, or sodium laurel sulfate or sulfide, avoid it. You can buy it and use it once in a while, but not something you use frequently. So the other times you are using what, your normal conditioners, and the time you need to use your shampoo, you get to use it. Yes. So when you are now doing your stretch, your flattening, your silk pressing, if you have to, maybe for some people during their wedding and all like that, if you have to, please make sure your stylist use a heat protectant. You can also make yours. There are number of videos, DIYs, having how to make your heat protectants and all. If you cannot do it, just go and buy. Don't stress yourself. Just go and buy a heat protectant. Please, just go and buy. Okay. Number four is to trim your hair often as necessary. I cannot stress this enough. At the end of the day, see, just know you have to trim. You have to trim. The thing is, when you avoid trimming, you get to a time where you have to remove more than what you should have removed earlier. So please trim. For me, it has to be 6 weeks to 8 weeks of frequent trimming, because my hair trim your hair. Know how your hair behaves and trim. If it's something like mine, then you have to do it frequently. If you don't experience split ends as often, please, maybe twice a year or once a year, please just watch this video. Watch this video. It's going to help you. It's going to help you understand this. Number five, make sure to eat healthy and go for supplements if you have to. Go for supplements if you have to. I'm talking about organic supplements, organic from whole grains, from vegetables, and all those things. It's better when you know maybe you're not getting the right amount of um a particular nutrient in your body that will help you thrive. Please go for supplements, okay, and eat healthy most of the times. You know what to avoid. There are plenty videos on that already. I don't need to say it. You know what to avoid. So avoid those things. Drink water as much as you are hydrating your hair externally. You need to hydrate yourself inwardly. In fact, that one is more important than the external one. So internally, you need to be doing well for yourself. Drink water. Water. Be drinking. Just be drinking. Just be drinking. I don't think there's any side effect of drinking so much water, is there? Unless you put yourself in the water and you drink too much and you cannot swim and you drown. That's it. But aside that, when you put the water in you, not you in the water, there's no side effect. Drink water. Drink water. Drink water. Drink water. Hey, drink water. Drink water. Drink water. Drink water. Drink water. Then occasionally treat with herbs. Herbs. They say it's herbs. Treat your hair with herbs. I mean, it's safer. You have a lot of guarantees. You have um health guarantee, you have length guarantee, you have volume. There is so much that using herbs in your routine can do for you. Talking about neem, talking about aloe vera, talking about moringa, what other one again? Fenugreek, amla, bringraj, shikakai. There are many. Please use herbs. Even if you cannot get all your products, maybe from your shampoo to your oil to your deep conditioner, leave-in conditioner, if you cannot get all to be made from herbs, please, at least one of them should be made from herbs, please. Okay, if you don't find products like that, then you can go for DIYs. You can, most of these herbs you can grind them or boil them, then you now use it as spray in your hair. You find your hair doing very well. Then also include sulfur in your regimen. There's something sulfur does. Sulfur strengthens your hair. When your hair is strengthened, remember I talked about moisture balance and protein balance, or moisture and strength. If your hair is too strong without moisture, it will break. If your hair is too moisturized, is too wet without strength, it will still break. So you need a balance. Okay, so sulfur can be in form of MSM, or you can get it from onions, garlic, and I think ginger. Then there's this recipe of onion juice treatment that has been on for a while now, and it has really done us a lot of good. Personally, it helped me fight itchy scalp and dandruff. Okay, so use MSM in your regimen. Use onions, garlic, ginger as a source of sulfur to your hair. Sulfur strengthens your hair. So that's all for the dude. Okay, so next up on my list, I said you should look out for certain ingredients, yes, in your products. Now, when it comes to choosing deep conditioners and conditioners, the right thing to use, or the right ingredient to get, is panthenol, panthenol, panthenol. which is a byproduct of panthenoic acid. That's vitamin B5. Okay, so what this does for your hair is that it strengthens your hair and causes your hair to retain moisture. And when your hair retains moisture, it doesn't break. When your hair doesn't break, it doesn't split. When your hair doesn't split, you retain length. Okay, so and it also improves the texture of your damaged hair. You know, damaged hair does not have good texture. It doesn't. So what panthenol does, it smoothens out your hair for you and gives you a good texture. So you can find it in hair mask, deep conditioners, leave-in conditioners, and maybe some shampoos. You can find it in some shampoos. Then you should also look out for um oils that has high viscosity. That's it has the ability to, it has this film like ability to protect your hair. Oils like argan oil, sweet almond oil, castor oil. Yeah, you can get these oils in products that have the ability to protect your hair and keep away split ends. Okay, so look out for this ingredient, especially the panthenol. Look out for ingredients like that. Then there's something I really really want to talk on. Please just listen. I think with this we will give a closure to this topic. So please listen to this. Types of hair and your tools when it comes to what can cause split end and things to do and not to do. So please listen very carefully, because I realize that many of us, even with the knowledge of natural hair care, still make this mistake, and I was guilty of that. But now I have changed. The Lord has touched me and He has helped me by His Spirit to change. Okay, so now we have different hair types when it comes to the size of your strand, the shape of your follicle, and the texture. Please, you can watch this video. Just watch this video. It's going to show you. It's going to show you the different types and how it works. Now, when it comes to this aspect of your hair type and tools, you can be doing everything that I just said, bah? And your tool, your comb, you're not using the right comb, you're not using the right brush. Zero. I watched a video. I've forgotten her name. I think I'll link it up. I watched a video. I'd like you to watch it and just listen to her what she said. It's very funny, but it's true. When you don't know that you are using the wrong hair tool, it can cause your hair to be at a stagnant point. Not just being stagnant, but experiencing split ends. Now, they call that plateau. Plateau. I experienced plateau when my hair was 9 inches, 8 inches. That's around shoulder length. I experienced serious plateau for long. My hair was stagnant. It was not growing. It was not moving. It was not breaking. It just grows. It just grows to that point. It breaks. It grows again. It breaks, and it remains there. So I changed a lot of things, and it happened. But this particular one, for your hair type, it can be different for you. And this lady said something. She said she changed everything, but she did not change her brush or her comb. And she kept using brush, and she's type 4C head, and her strands are even thin, so she kept using brush. And she noticed her hair was not still doing well even after changing every other thing. And when she just stopped using brush and started using comb, she's on tailbone length now, from I think mid back also. She's now tailbone. Now that's how sensitive our hair can be. As the hair grows longer, it start demanding something else. It start demanding something different, just like a child. You cannot be giving a child the same thing you've been giving the child from when he was a baby to teenage to being an adult. No, no, it has to change because this person is getting old. Just as your hair grows and is getting old, it demands changes. Your regimen cannot be static. Mm-mm. It has to change as your hair changes, as your hair evolves. It has to change. So for fine and smooth or thin hair strands, use more of white tooth comb. Use more of white tooth comb. Use more of wide tooth comb. Use more of white tooth comb. Don't use brush. Use white tooth comb when your hair is type 4C especially, and it is thin, it is fine, it is smooth. Use white tooth comb, and do so when your hair is moisturized. Don't comb your hair dry. Don't comb your hair dry. Please do so when your hair is properly moisturized. Do you know why? Because you see this space. This space gives your hair the ability to what handled in the right way. But when you use combs like this or brushes, the space is tight. It's tight. It's you can't compare this. You can't compare this. The space is tight. The space here is more convenient for your hair to easily glide through, and with the help of moisture. So you don't need this when sorry you need this as a type 4C hair that has fine, smooth, and thin strands. Then for those with thick coarse strands like mine, brush goes better for us. We can also use this, but it's limited. It's limited. Personally, I have experience. Let me tell you, when I started out natural hair, this was what I was using. It was working fine and all. And then I got to a particular stage. I started noticing this was not working for me anymore. Especially because, do you know why? My hair started getting thicker. That's my strands. I have a combination of fine and in between and thick hair strand. That's before. But now I have more thicker strand, like 90% of my hair is thick and coarse. So as it was becoming better, my hair was not like it was not going well with this anymore. So I had to change to use the tangle teaser. I do not have it here now. It's not in this room. I would have showed you. So but just look at this picture. That's how a tangle teaser looks like. And a brush, you can also use a brush, but make sure that the brush you are using has its tooth to be, should I say, blunt? Yes, because if it's sharp, it can, when your hair is thick, it can, okay, just imagine this is the strand, and then this teeth, this is the strand. That's what I'm saying. And this teeth of the comb is sharp like razor. Now, when you comb, look at what happens. it it can tear in between, so make sure that the brush you are using is blunt, so when you comb with the help of moisture, it's going to glide through with no stress, no struggle, and no tangles, please. So, and also something I want to talk about too is be very patient with your hair. No, it can't happen overnight. Be very patient. I'm saying be very patient because, like, for some of us, you may be required to use your fingers. After your fingers, your white to comb. After your white to comb, your brush. That's for my own type of hair. You have to go through this process. But for the first category of people, you can just use your fingers and then your white tooth comb. But for those with my type of hair, you have to use your fingers to detangle like easily. Then you now use the white tooth comb, just a bit, not much, not much, not much, not much. Okay, that's if your hair permits you. But most times your hair loves the tangle teaser kind of brush when it comes to detangling your hair. For a thick and a coarse hair, I am speaking from experience, and I think that's how it works for other persons who have my same kind of hair type, because I have worked with different kinds of hair type and I have these tools around me, so I know what works. Please take it from me. Okay, try it. Just try it and see. If it does not work, then you try this other one. There's no harm in trying. There's no harm in trying. Okay, so just try it. So with all this said already, I believe I have been able to bring you to a point where you understand how to handle your hair when it comes to managing split ends, controlling split ends, preventing split ends. So please do well to help your hair. Then sorry, lastly, there is something I saw on the net when they said it's is it the velatherapia method of handling split ends. Please don't try it. If you don't, just even try it, it's better to trim. Just trim your hair. What velatherapia means is using the candle method to burn your ends. It What it does is that it seals. You are burning where the hair splitted. You are just removing only that section of your hair will be twisted. Your hair is twisted like this. Then let's say the split starts from here. Then they take the candle and burn off this part. Now, if you don't know how to handle it, you're going to burn your hair or probably burn your skin. So please go to a professional, someone that knows how to do that. If you're opting for the velatherapia method of doing away with split ends. But one thing I'm going to warn you about is this disclaimer. We are not sure yet. When I say we, the scientists and even us, the natural hair community, we are not sure yet how this can affect your hair follicle, how it can, whether, don't, I'm advising you, don't do it yourself. But if you must do it, make sure your stylist knows the pros and cons of doing the velatherapia method, please. All right. So thank you very much for watching to this point. If you stayed to this point, trust me, your hair is going to be happy, very happy. Thank you for watching. Okay, and I'll see you in my next video. Please, at this point, if you have not subscribed, try to subscribe. Click on the red notification bell, and what did I say? Click on the red subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get subscribed when I post new videos. I promise to be your best behavior in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.